so significant as he unpacked it to me. What is resurrection power? It's a testimony that our God is the God of the impossible. He actually defeated death. Now, I don't know about you, but I've been a Christian for 20 years now. My goodness, that's hard to believe. For 20 years, I've been a Christian. And I've been preaching for 19 of those 20 years. I'm very familiar with the things in the Bible. Sometimes I pray, Lord, let it be brand new to me. Let it be brand new to me all over again. And this was one of those moments like, wait a minute. Resurrection power. I've seen the raising of the dead twice, but still it was in that moment, it was like, wait a minute. He rose up out of the grave. He shook off death. I have trouble on a Sunday afternoon getting up out of a nap without feeling groggy. He got up out of death. Come on. Death is defeated. That's amazing. That's resurrection power. He's God of the impossible. And he's the God of the impossible that does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. I've got some pretty impossible things going on in my life right now. I've got several pretty impossible things going on in my family right now. I have a dear friend who's facing losing his wife unless she receives an absolute miracle. She's been given 1 to 2 months to live. If she goes through extreme medical treatments, 3 to 4 months. And it'll be physically and financially devastating. They've decided to go without the treatment. Every morning when I pray for her, I pray from the place of resurrection power. God of the impossible. God who says, oh, the doctors say you have 1 to 2 months to live. I was dead and got up. And I pray for her from that place every morning, knowing doctors can't do it, my friend can't do it, I certainly can't do it, but our God does for us what doctors can't do. Our God does for us what we can't do. That's who our God is. He doesn't just go to the cross for us, which is amazing. Thank you for the cross. But he does everything for us that we can't do for ourselves. The cross testifies, I'll pay the price for your sins that you can't do for yourself. The Old Testament declares we can't work our way back to God. The cross declares you don't have to. The cross declares, I will do for you what you cannot do for yourself. The tomb declares, and when I bring you back into that relationship, there's nothing I won't do for you that you can't do for yourself. Is there a history of heart disease in your family? I'll break that off of you. I know someone who's going through something right now. They've exercised, eaten right, done everything right, and they're facing serious heart disease issues. And they say, well, it's in my family. Like, not anymore, it's not. Our God does for us what we cannot do for ourselves. And he's challenged. He's like, I've done everything I can, and it's still looming. It's like, oh, but my God shatters the looming shadows. My God does the impossible. My God does for you what doctors, statins, nothing can do. My God does. That's what we receive when we're at that. That's part of what I was overwhelmed by without words for it. It's like, God, your awesomeness is overwhelming to me. I don't know how to contain it. Oh, I'm not supposed to. That's right. I can't get my head around it. I don't need to. That's right. I just need to know you are God of the impossible. And the very same Spirit that raised Jesus from the dead in that place dwells in us. Not only to quicken us, but to move through us and do the impossible, because we have a revelation of the awesomeness of our God. That's, to me, where this whole thing of resurrection power has come. It's like, oh my gosh, it's a revelation of the awesomeness of God. 20 years in, and I feel like it's day one when I think about the awesomeness of God, and I hope that never changes.
Ready for more? Go to roberthotchkin.com for more teachings, more resources, and more information about Robert Hotchkin Ministries and Men on the Front Lines.